Hey guys, welcome back to part 3 of this no treble column. So we're looking at this blues by Bob Mintzer, and we're still on the first chorus now. And I also wanted to talk to you about something to do with this. When you get the PDF, you can download it, and I might even include one with the notes that I make on things. And what I do is I'll take things and I'll actually make notes on stuff if I'm studying something. So on this idea, I'll notate, oh, there's a little sharp 5 idea here, and it's a 2-5 lick. Notice on bar 6 of letter A, there's a B flat minor to E flat 7 going on here. And this is another little mini 2-5 lick. So again, there's sort of nuggets of really cool information in this. So I might even include both the unnotated, annotated transcription, and then I'll maybe also give you one with some notes on there to kind of get you started on how you might do this. Now, so we're up to about bar 5 of this letter A. You see already there's a ton of cool stuff to take out of it. I remember I talked about taking any of these ideas that you like, whether it's a simple 1-bar, 1-chord lick or a 2-5 idea, transposing it to different keys. So that idea on bar 4 of letter A, I just thought I'd remind you about that because it's so cool. So what you've got is this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm playing now into the next bar to kind of complete it. If I was to transpose it up a 4th, we would, right? So I've just taken it, instead of that being a 2-5 into a B flat, like 2-5-1 in B flat at that point, I went 2-5-1 up into E flat 7, right? New tonal center of E flat there, upper 4th. Practicing things upper 4th is very cool because that's often the way that jazz standards move. You know, the chords will move a 4th up. In the blues, for instance, you'll see melodies and harmony transpose upper 4th. That thing is cycle of 5ths, going down through the sharp keys, do it up through the flat keys, upper 4th. I think you're going to really dig that. Now, let's continue with this a little bit. I just want to get us a little further into the chorus. So, chorus also means like the form of a song. So in jazz, like, oh, let's take it from the second chorus, the second time through the cycle. All right. So from bar 5, we're on that really cool little that little phrase, and then here's this next great idea in the solo where it does this, and we've got a multiplicity of ways to play this finger-wise. This way might work quite nicely. This is bar 6 of letter A. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Or we can play it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first way, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there I did extended finger for the C to E, but you could go or you could go here, or extended fingering there. There's 3 or 4 ways to play this. We could play this up here as well. So we go. That's nice too. It's like this. So always look at different ways to play the same line, because you might find at rapid tempo, and this is pretty fast when Bob plays this. You get the transcriptions like this, comes with a play along CD now in this book. So when you're playing along with it, it's pretty fast, because when you're playing with a blazingly good saxophone player, they can rip off 8th notes at 300-400 BPM, and it's like it's nothing to them. But for us as bass players, that's a serious challenge sometimes, moving around the fingerboard, the fretboard at that speed. So experiment with different fingerings for that, because it will open up to you where you will play something. And I often find that when I'm playing a line or an idea, I even visualize the chord differently. So let's say I'm playing over a C minor to F7, resolving it to B flat like that, but something that's really rapid, something like that. I'm going 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and so on, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. I think of the chord certain ways. So for a C minor, I'm visualizing, I'm seeing the root here, that's the 15th fret on my bass, right? And I'm seeing C minor, if I'm playing it with a major 7 in there, for instance, this way, not my first finger on the root. You know, when we start off playing arpeggios on the instrument, we often think of the first finger on the root for minor, second for major. You know, that kind of typical thing where we go here, C minor, C major. But it's very useful to, the reason why I have that opens me up here so I can reach, maybe I want to tritone that F7. So I go like that. And there I went C minor, then I outlined a B7 as a substitution for an F, going to a B flat. So I was really going 2, tritone, flat 2, a B7 to B flat. That's like a 2-5-1, but instead of going 2, 5, F, 1, B5, I'm going 2, C minor, tritone the 5, the F to a B7 to B flat. And that's interesting. And when I look at the C minor this way, there's that B7 to B flat. See how little I have to move, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. It's really easy. So again, this thing of visualizing lines as you look, where can I play that? Where's the best way to play this at tempo? Now, let's keep going. So that bar 6, this is a great 2-5 idea. B flat minor, E flat 7. Just that line. So that's so great. And it starts on the and of 1. This is very good. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a beautiful little way to get you back down to that A minor going to the D7. So often on a blues, on bar 5, where you hit the 4 chord, you can stay on that 4 chord for 2 bars, or you often on bar 6 will go up a half step to a B diminished, which if you look at it is a chromatic root movement, even though the rest of the chord can remain the same. A B flat 7, B flat, D, A flat, we'll miss out the 5th for now. Put a B in there instead. That's implying a B diminished right there. So you've got a little chromatic root movement. So it's nice. Now then, but instead of that, Bob does B flat 7, then B flat minor, another really cool, to E flat 7. It's a little mini 2-5, then an A minor to D7, and that D7 is crucial in a standard major or dominant form jazz blues. Bar 8, unlike a rock and roll 1-4-5 blues, bar 8 is 90% of the time is going to be some form of a 6 chord, and it's almost always a dominant 7. Often, as in this case, it's a dominant 7 with an altered 9th. This is the sharp 9 on this particular chorus, but Bob changes it up later on in the solo. So this pulls you really nicely to bar 9, which is a 2 chord in a jazz blues, not like a 5 chord in a rock and roll blues. And it goes 2, 2, 5, and then at the end of this, it goes A minor, D7, G, C. That's bars 11 and 12. What's that? 3, 6, 2, 5. And again, one of the most common chord progressions, or a pair of 2 5s consecutively. A minor, D7, G minor, and then there's a C7 sharp minor sharp 5. Tough on a 4-string to make that sound good, but I'll do it as a C7 sharp 9. Back to F7. So you get this sound. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you got. And again, Bob plays a beautiful line on that, which we'll get to later. So you can see here's a little breakdown. We're getting inside it. There's another 2-5 on bar 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So just that. That in itself is beautiful. If we turn that into a B flat minor, E flat 7, going to a A flat, 2-5-1, mini 2-5-1, B flat minor, A flat, 2-5-1 into A flat there, B flat, E flat, sorry, A flat. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Works perfectly. I probably wouldn't resolve it to the root of the A flat there. It would sound bad. But just let's take that through the cycle of fourths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. See what I'm doing there? So instead of going B flat, E flat, A flat, I went E flat minor, A flat 7, D flat. I'm just taking through the cycle, just experiment moving it around, you know. It's just such a cool idea. And that way you learn these lines. Works great.